a film produced by YouTube starring a bunch of attractive, popular YouTubers. How bad could it be? Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the YouTube Red original film, The Thinning. Let's get started. So The Thinning takes place in a dystopian future where overpopulation is a huge problem. And in order to combat this issue, the governments of the world mandated that all towns must lower their population by 5%. In America, the way that they handle their population crisis is that they make kids take tests to grade their academic prowess, and those with the lowest scores get sent off. It's heavily implied that they get killed, although you never really see them get killed. We'll go into that a little bit more. And from here, we follow these two characters who you could give a shit about. They are so bland and forgettable, but they have to go and take the tests, and they lose some loved ones, and then one gets falsely accused of getting a low score, and they have to fight the system, and then it just goes all over the place because the story has no direction. Where is it all leading to? I don't know. Now, this is not the first, nor will it be the last film to star a bunch of YouTubers. There have been plenty of others in the past that came before The Thinning. Remember the film Smiley? That film starred a bunch of YouTubers. Or let's not forget the epic trilogy known as the Fred trilogy. Yeah, just an instant classic that one was. I mean, who doesn't want to see 3 films starring...
Hey, it's Fred! What's up, homie G?
Yeah, that guy got 3 films. 3. And then let's not also forget Le Smosh movie. You guys remember the Smosh movie? Wasn't that just a great, hilarious, and entertaining film? Oh my goodness, it's a true hallmark in filmmaking. I mean, who doesn't think about the Smosh movie? I mean, it was critically acclaimed. Everybody loved the Smosh movie, right? Sarcasm aside though, films that star YouTubers aren't really that well received by critics, audiences, hell, even by their own fans. Even their own fans think that they're total shit. In fact, as I'm sitting here recording this review right now, I cannot think of a single film that stars a YouTuber that is critically acclaimed or at least considered decent. I mean, I haven't seen Unicorn Island, which is more or less a documentary. It's not really like a theatrical film or like a feature film where it tells like a narrative or something. It's more of a documentary. And then there's also Vlogumentary, which is just a documentary again. So I don't know if those count because there's not acting in those films. They're basically just chronicling the lives of certain people. But other than that, I can't think of a single film that stars a YouTuber that people enjoyed or say that it's passable. They all have been kind of considered terrible and complete shit. So when I heard about The Thinning about a couple months ago, I was like, I'm not watching that. I mean, after the terribleness that was the Fred trilogy and the Smosh movie, I'm like, nope. Stay away from me, man. I don't want to see any more films starring YouTubers. I want nothing to do with it. And the fact that this is a YouTube Red exclusive, it's an original film produced by YouTube itself, that made me even more weary. I'm like, nah, I don't want to watch this. I'm not going to watch it. But then I got a Patreon request by a guy by the name of Superdog, and he donated money to me and said, hey, can you watch The Thinning? And I went, oh, shit. Okay, man. You generously donated to me, so I will put up with The Thinning. So I went in to go see The Thinning, and you know what? To be fair to The Thinning, I kept an open mind. You know, I could be convinced that this is a good film. I mean, I knew nothing about it. All I knew is that it was produced by YouTube and it stars a bunch of really attractive YouTubers. I mean, you got the guy that's, oh, I'm a strawberry, as one of the lead roles.
Oh, no, I'm a strawberry.
I watched the film and it's bad. It is so bad. It's god awful. Oh my goodness, it's an embarrassment. 6 minutes. Just 6 minutes was all it took for me to want the thinning to end. I couldn't bear it any longer. It was such a painful and boring experience. I, for the love of God, can't even think of a single good thing about this film. Wait, no, scratch that. There is one good thing about this film. On a technical level, it's pretty sound. The cinematography, while not being anything flashy, unique, or special, it's pretty by the numbers and generic looking, but it is well shot. They frame the shots very well. The lighting in the film is pretty good. I like their use of colors. The sound mixing and sound editing was decent. On a technical level, the thinning works. On every other level, I mean, honestly, guys, where do I fucking begin to list the plethora of problems that plague the thinning? I honestly, I have no idea where I should start. I mean, there's so many bad things to discuss about this film. You know what? I think I got it. Let's start with the acting. What acting? Nobody acts in this film. This definitely feels like a film that was made by YouTube, as all of the performances were wooden, hollow, and completely unconvincing. Not a single one of the actors and actresses could even emote. They couldn't show any other emotions except for being sad or pouty or angry. Dude, we gotta be really serious and stern and show no other emotions except for being sad and angry and depressed. And what's even worse is that some of the YouTubers that they got to be in this film are known for their exuberant, fun, lighthearted, and charismatic personalities, but they are nowhere to be seen in their performances. I have a feeling like the director just told them, no, instead of being really exuberant and exciting like you are on YouTube, the very reason why you're even popular to begin with, no, we want you to be very stoic, very bland, very serious. This is a very serious film, so you have to treat it very seriously. You know that type of person that you are when you're on YouTube? Okay, be the exact opposite of that. That is a poor way to utilize your talent. When you are casting a film, you have to make sure that the people that you're casting are appropriate for those roles. Now I'm a strawberry guy is not appropriate to play a very bland, stoic, serious lead. I may not be a fan of his channel, I don't watch his videos, but I know that the guy has charisma, he has energy, and he could be really fun if you place him in the right role. Like a comedy. Don't place him in this serious teen drama. He feels so out of place, and it feels like his performance comes off as fake, because it is fake. He's trying so hard to be something that he is not. He is not a serious, dramatic type person. He's very fun and lighthearted, and I'm sure that's what his fans know him for. And again, it just comes off as unbelievable. These people are trying to be something that they are not, and they're already not that strong of performers, so it just comes off even more fake and unbelievable. We don't buy it at all. And since I brought up the performances, I guess we should touch upon the characters next. I could give a single fuck about any of the characters throughout this god-awful piece of shit film. They are all weak, underdeveloped, uninteresting, and completely forgettable. Not a single one stood out to me. I was never invested into any of them. In fact, there's barely any character in this film because they don't really establish what these characters are. They're all just bland stereotypes and archetypes that we have seen in other teen novel-based films. And I never felt a connection forming between any of them. Like, the girl who's the 99-cent Amanda Siegfried apparently has feelings for the, I'm a strawberry guy. But there's no setup, there's no build-up to this. It comes out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, I had a crush on you, but I got really jealous because Leah Marie Johnson was your girlfriend, and how am I ever gonna compare to her, am I right? And at the end of the film, she even shares like a passionate kiss with them. I felt nothing, because they never established a bond between them. They never formed a bond. No, it doesn't matter how many times they were with each other, which isn't that long in the film. I bought nothing. I bought nothing. And then I'm a strawberry guy. His character's even worse. Because the character has no clear motivation. Like, his girlfriend gets taken away to the thinning, and a year later passes, and then he decides he's gonna fail the test and commit suicide to prove a point? What is this character's motivation? Is he trying to prove a point? Is he trying to dismantle the system? Is he trying to free the people who are in the thinning? There's no clear direction with this character. The character has, like, what is the character supposed to do? What is his main objective? What is his motivations in the film? They're not clear whatsoever. And Leah Marie Johnson's character is only in the film for about, I think, 10 minutes. But it's not even worth mentioning. Her character shows up to be pretty and be the girlfriend of, I'm a strawberry guy. And then she gets taken away, and then that's the last you see her until the end of the film. Which, I'm gonna spoil the end of the film. I really don't fucking care. The ending makes no sense, and I'll get into that later. Another thing regarding the characters that just doesn't make a lick of sense were the security guards at the school. Now, I understand why they were there, but what was the purpose in dressing them up as Jabberwocky ripoffs? I mean, for God's sakes, you're not at a prison, dude. You're at a school. I understand you need security and all that stuff, but do they have to look so threatening and menacing? I mean, these kids are just trying to take a test, and when you have these guards that are wearing black masks and all black outfits, you kind of put them at ease. You might even cause them to, like, get scared and do poorly on the test. You know, you gotta think of it on a mental level. You are scarring these kids mentally. They're, like, fearing for their lives before going into a test. Shouldn't you try to, like, make their minds calm? You know, relax. Just take the test. You'll be totally fine. When you put them in a place that literally feels like a prison, you don't think that their morale is going to be really low, thus resulting in, like, poor test scores? I don't know. I just feel like that would be a major problem. And aesthetically, it just doesn't make any sense why they would dress up like Jabberwockies. I think the only reason that they dressed up like that is because later on, I'm a strawberry takes one of them and dresses up in their outfit, and he needs to, walk around pretending that he's one of the security guards. And the only way he can do that is if they hide their faces. But again, it just comes off a bit too cartoony in this world that's supposed to be coming off as serious and dramatic. And speaking of cartoony, we got the main villain of the film, who in my honest opinion is the funniest character. Because, like, this guy is so obvious in everything that he does. I mean, you might as well just put on his forehead, I'm the main villain. I'm the big douche of the film. Because, like, he has scars on his face, he has the unkempt black hair, he always looks serious and he speaks seriously. Where is she? Where is she? He always talks in a menacing fashion. I mean, could you make this villain more cartoony than he already is? One last thing about the characters in this film is that there were some small characters that were kind of set up to be something in this film, but then it all leads to absolutely nothing. Like, you got this one cliche douchebag, jock type character who's a complete asshole to everybody. You know, that generic high school jock type character. And, you know, he shows up like, I'm gonna go off and be a football star. And by the end of the film, he ends up being taken to the thinning, and that's his whole character thing. And I'm like, you showed that character just to have that one relief moment where he gets what's coming to him. There's also this one hot girl who has sex with one of the teachers. They set her up to be something, but her character leads nowhere. She had sex with the teacher, and then she goes off to the thing, and that's the last we see of her. So what was even the point of showing that character? What was the point of showing any of these characters? And the reason I bring that up is because there's a shot where we see her studying, and then she goes to the teacher's like, hey, if you give me a good grade, I'll give you something good too. And there's also a scene where we see the football guy like throwing passes and all that stuff. They're like, yeah, this kid's gonna be something. You know, it's like they set these characters up to be something, but it goes absolutely nowhere. They are completely frivolous to the plot. But without question, the biggest problem that plagues this film is its story. It is so goddamn derivative, lacking any sort of originality, purpose, or uniqueness. It's basically, let's take the Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner, and The Purge, crush them all together, squeeze out any sort of charm, uniqueness, or intrigue that those films had, and then completely half-ass it. That is the story of The Thinning in a nutshell. And we don't get a full understanding when it comes to the world of The Thinning. If there's one thing that I could give the Hunger Games, Divergent, Maze Runner, all the other teen novel-based films, is that they actually do a good job at establishing what their world is like. You get an understanding of how the politics work, how society works. You understand how all of it functions. But in The Thinning, I have no idea what this world is like. I have no idea how it works. I have no idea what the politics are, how society works, or how overpopulation affects this world, because you don't get to see it. The story never spends any time to explore any of this. So you really don't feel the weight of the situation. You don't feel the weight or crisis that the characters are feeling dealing with overpopulation. This is a major, major, major problem throughout the entire film. We only see 3 to 4 locations, most of which are just houses. And the one that we spend the most time at is a school. But because we show just these houses and that school, we don't really know what society is like in this world. It's so jarring. I mean, it's so easy to fix this. I know many of you will jump on the defensive saying, oh, well, they didn't really have a big budget to show the vastness of this world. And I think that's fucking bullshit. You don't need a big budget to be creative and to think outside the box and showcase what your world is like. Hell, your film is on fucking YouTube, for crying out loud. One of the most creative places on the goddamn internet, with tons of creative and talented content creators at your disposal, many of which tell stories all the time on a zero budget. So don't tell me that you can't do it. Not only is the story devoid of any intrigue or creativity, not only is it a fucking drag to sit through because it's so goddamn dreary all the time, there's no sort of charm or levity throughout the entire film, but it's also a fucking mess. It has no direction. Where is the story leading to? Is it a story about this one system of having to keep the population in check and then the kids revolting against it, or society revolting against it? Is it a story about this one person that's falsely accused for something and then someone has to go and save them? The story doesn't know what it wants to be. It has no direction. And thus, the audience builds no sort of connection or investment to the story. What's there to be invested in? You have no idea where the story's going. And it all culminates to this bullshit twist / cop-out where it's revealed that the thinning isn't actually where they kill a bunch of teenagers. No. They just kind of inject them with this thing and knock them out and then transfer them to this facility where they make testing material. And I was sitting there like, but how does that solve the population problem? The population problem is still there because you have to feed those people. You can't just have them work in this facility and not eat or anything. Are you gonna work them to death? Is that the whole thing? They're just working there for the rest of their life? It's never explained. It's like a twist that has no real meaning. It makes no sense. It doesn't add up, and it just feels like a cop-out to say, oh no, don't worry. Nobody dies in the film. They all survive. It's all fine. It's all hunky-dory. They're gonna try to escape from this facility. It feels like it's a setup for a sequel that I pray to God doesn't happen. Oh, my head hurts. I do not know why I got so worked up about this film. I mean, it's honestly not worth getting so worked up about. After all, it's a film that's made by YouTube and stars a bunch of attractive, popular YouTubers. What did you honestly expect? High art? Excellent filmmaking? Great performances? Coherent story? Likeable characters? Of course not! It's just pandering bullshit. It's a film made to target stupid teens who will just eat this shit up because it has their favorite YouTuber in it. They're not watching it for the story. They're not watching it for the characters. They just see, oh, I'm a strawberry guy's in the film, so I probably should go watch and support him because I like him. Or Leah Marie Johnson, she's hot, she's attractive. I want to watch this film now because she's in it. Or 99 Cent Amanda Siegfried, whoever she is, you know, they just watch it for them. It's pandering bullshit. And come to think of it, now that I think about it, why did it have to be teenagers? I feel like there was a much more effective way to dwindle the population down than by using teenagers or like getting rid of teenagers. Why get rid of youthful innocence? Like these people that have a future to them, why do they get penalized because of the overpopulation? That makes no sense and that seems so unfair. But it's only there because they have to cater to that teenage demographic. They have to feel like the special snowflakes and all that stuff. But the problem is that this film tries to be like all the other teen novel-based films, but they get every single element of what made those films so great wrong. And overall, you all know that it's complete bullshit. Don't watch it. There are much better films out there. Hell, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I would rather you guys watch the Fred trilogy than The Thinning. The Thinning is just blah. It's painful to sit through. At least with the Fred trilogy, yes, it's painful, but there are actually some funny things about it. There are some things that I could laugh about. The only thing that I was laughing at in this film is how painful it was and how stupid everything was, how none of it made sense, how nobody really put any effort. It's just don't watch it, please. Just don't watch it. I'm angry that I watched it. I wasted 86 minutes of my life when I could have been doing something more profound. I could have been making more videos. No, I decided to watch The Thinning. Thank you for wasting my time, Thinning. But as always, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to The Thinning. I'm sure there are plenty of you out there that actually enjoy this film and think that I'm being way too hard on it, which I'm not. I'm not. They had a budget. They had professionals working on it. They could have shot out something good. So yeah, they have no excuse. But I would love to know what you guys thought about this film as well. Did you actually enjoy it? Is it one of your favorite films to watch? Do you think it's a trend for good YouTube red movies? Or did you agree with me and thought it was complete schlock? It was terrible. It's just pandering bullshit. And let me know, what is an actually good film that stars a YouTuber or was made by a YouTuber? I would honestly like to know. So comment below, let me know. And I want to take this time to thank Superdog for his donation to my Patreon account, which made this review possible. Thank you so much, man. I am a little upset that you gave me a shit film to watch. I don't know if that was your intention or maybe you wanted me to like it. I don't know, but I do appreciate the donation. It means so much to me. And if you'd like to support me just a smidge more, guys, why not donate to my Patreon account? There's a link in the description. There's many perks there. And, you know, donate to your heart's content. You can donate $1 or you can donate 100, whatever you want to donate. Everything is appreciated. That's the best way I can put it. Every dollar counts. So, until the next video, guys, if you'd like to see more videos on this channel, be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm talking about second. Not looking forward to another YouTube produced film as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.
Oh, no, I'm a strawberry.
Yes.